have to agree, like, where are we going to place this? This is going to be... Our top 10 of the year this year is going to be so hard to do.
It's so difficult.
How are we going to do this?
Yeah.
Welcome back to No Bad Seats, the Regent Cinemas podcast with myself, Luke, and...
Sam.
And we saw The End of Oak Street this week.
We certainly did.
Now, I need to start this by saying we have discussed End of Oak Street because I watched like the first trailer and then didn't watch any more for a while.
And I saw the second trailer and I was like, oh, they didn't reveal much more apart from what they'd already revealed.
And we had this back and forth and I was like, hold on a moment. Like, I think I didn't even see the first trailer. I think I saw the first teaser where we saw like the lights flashing.
Yeah,
and I
there was
like,
a short, like,
some
1 minute
like
teaser.
Weird,
and then
like alien things going on.
The first official trailer came out where I think I said something to you and you were like, huh?
What are you talking about?
And I was like, surely you know what the like twist is. It's not really a twist, but like
they've
what
revealed
the premise
and I'm
is.
like, it's like aliens or something? Yeah. So it's a dinosaur movie. Yeah,
Yes.
I had no idea.
Even though it is in the first teaser.
I did watch the trailer, and then I like watched back the teaser, and I think you see like a tail. Like it's
You
not
see
like
the, like, scene
it's
where
a
it's
blink
passing
and
by
you
the windows.
miss it type situation.
Yeah.
I'm going to give myself that because I was just like, oh, cool, and aliens. But yeah, like for what it was. Let's kick off. Anne Hathaway's having a hell of a year, as we've discussed.
She's getting in her pre-baby run with just every big franchise she can get. Not even franchises, just every big movie.
What has she done? She's done Devil Wears Prada 2, she's done The Odyssey, she's done this, and now she's got Verity coming out later in the year.
I'm sure there's one or two others as well that she's in.
Yeah, so she's had quite the run, old Anne Hathaway.
Her agent was working overtime because he or she got the call saying, hey, I'm having a baby in 9 months. And they were like, get her in everything.
Yeah, all right, we've got one. You can start tomorrow. So Anne Hathaway, Ewan McGregor, and then two kids who, did you notice in the movie he said, I don't think so? And it was like, oh, I don't think so. And that's all I heard. I just like, it makes me laugh because it's like 80s Americana, Ewan McGregor doing whatever accent Ewan McGregor does. Like, it's not quite there was just
a bunch of things when he was in the movie that just kept reminding me of like memes and stuff of his. Like, at one point they showed some of the family photos and it was like Anne Hathaway and him and the wedding. And I just looked at that and it just reminded me of that meme of the one where it's like, my grandmother has this photo of Jesus and it's Obi-Wan Kenobi.
It's just Obi-Wan. She just replaced him with Ewan McGregor. So that whole thing is just so funny that like even with all the press tours and stuff, they've been introducing him and he's been walking out and saying hello there.
Yeah. Brilliant.
I saw one and it said something like Ewan McGregor saying hello there like a goddamn sleeper agent will never not be funny. And I'm like, that's brilliant. He's been talking a lot about Kenobi season 2 and using the press, like people keep asking me about it and he goes, as far as I'm aware there's no movement on it, so come on Disney, it'll be fun, let's do it, and like I must have seen like 5 different interviews where people have asked him and he has just used it to be like, yeah, nothing's happening, let's make it happen, come on.
I feel like we don't see enough of Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor rules.
He does. He honestly is so underrated for like how much we see him. Yeah. And he obviously is a big star, but I feel like he's like underrated to his actual star.
Well, I mean, when you look at it, the fact that he's with Anne Hathaway in this film, you sort of look at it and go, yeah, I see it, but he doesn't, like, it doesn't quite feel like they're on the same level of stardom. But then you're also looking at it going, it's not like a surprise necessarily, but it is weird to see, like, Anne Hathaway is Anne Hathaway. Yeah. But then, you go, Ewan McGregor's also in one of the biggest franchises of all time and one of the most iconic characters of all time. So, who knows? It's interesting.
It is, yes.
But regardless, this film, the thing that grabs me immediately was how 80s this film was, from the soundtrack to the tone to everything. It was like if this film came out in the 80s, no surprise.
Yeah, now, I think as I said to you, I was like, they don't make, it's really cliche, but they don't make movies like this anymore because it feels so like fantastical and not grounded in reality, whereas so much of the last probably like 20 years has been like, we have to ground this so that it makes sense. And it's like, it's a movie. We're in your world. Give us your world.
Yeah. I would say even like compared to Disclosure Day, which I felt sort of did a very similar thing.
Yeah.
This did lean into the fantasy more.
Oh,
and
definitely.
feel like, again, like, I think you said something like comparing it to E.T.
Yeah.
And it's exactly it. It's like that tone. It's like, okay, cool. This is just the world we're living in, and we're going to go for it.
It feels like that Spielberg sense of wonder, like the Amblin, old school, Close Encounters, E.T. I'm trying to think of all those types of movies where you're just like in awe of like what's happening, and it's there's like parts that are scary, but it kind of leads you on this journey of like wonder and scariness and oh my god, hilarious as well. There was so many like funny points in this movie where I was like, this shouldn't be as funny as it is, but it is.
Yeah. I mean, even some of the dinosaurs that you see. There was one in particular that was quite a disturbing,
to say the least.
Yeah, like a snake type thing. That was.
I won't say what I called it when I was going to the house.
Inappropriate. Yeah. But yeah, it was just this sort of film that, as I said, the music in it was a perfect example where I'm like, it just tonally feels like, oh yeah, it's this fun 80s.
Makes you feel like a kid again.
But also like, I got like real, another one that's obviously done this very well recently is Stranger Things. And like early Stranger Things where it's like,
Stranger Things,
you're watching the first episode and like, I would like even put that and the first act of this film in very similar sort of,
100%.
Where it's like setting the tone, you've got kids riding around on bikes and all of this sort of stuff happening that it's like, oh cool, we're getting an idea for what life is like in the 80s. And
I think if you enjoyed the first 2-3 seasons of Stranger Things, the first 2 seasons,
I'm like literally even comparing it to the very first episode where it's like before like Will goes missing.
But it has that
whole
of
thing.
like,
but it is that like,
we're not going to try and tell you and explain everything to you. We're just like, hey, this is crazy. Look at this. Like, it
exactly.
sort of just drops you into the world and lets you.
And something's going on, and
you're along for the ride, and it's a ride.
It is a ride. It really is. I just thought this was so much fun. I would say it was like a perfectly, like the perfect 3-act, because I sort of felt like that, as I said, that first act really set us up well, established the tone, established the world. The middle there, I was a bit like, okay, cool, we're getting a little bit into it here, but then that third act was just so strong that I'm like, oh man, it really felt like I got everything, like that sort of middle section where it was a bit lighter and things like that, and then you get this like hectic ending, which was, super exciting.
It really, so this is from, I can't remember the director's name now.
David Mitchell Webb?
Something like that, yes.
Robert David
something
Mitchell?
We will fact check. But
Robert David Mitchell, I think, is his name.
That sounds correct.
Who am I thinking? Webb is...
Mark Webb.
No. David Robert Mitchell. I'm just confirming this. David Robert Mitchell is
the director.
And
he previously directed It Follows. So have you seen It Follows?
I have not.
Okay. So that is a horror movie, and it is a sexually transmitted horror monster.
Oh.
Yeah. So essentially in that film, what happens is this like entity is sexually transmitted, and then once you are infected with it, it follows you. It will
wonderful
always be following you, and it will always try and get to you.
Like
if it gets to you, essentially if it gets to you, you're going to die, but it will constantly follow you until you pass it on. And it's a real weird premise. Brilliant movie.
Yeah, right.
And one of the best things of that movie.
It sounds more horror than this was.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. One of the best things from that movie that I remember seeing like a video essay on and stuff is the fact that how much they used what was off camera. So there'd be these like slow pans where like your anticipation is like, we're going to see the monster's coming, the monster, like it's
there was a lot of that in this.
And I was watching this and I was like, there's so many parts where like there's a dinosaur and you can hear it and the camera's coming past and
you just see
get is like a tail end or something like that. That first act in setting up what's happened, where we are, and like what's these things are.
Yeah.
I thought they did so well in like holding back, showing you what was going on.
And even there was a couple of scenes at the early point where you were seeing that, and it was quite intense. Like it was not even just like, oh yeah, we're just setting it up. It was like, all right, we're in the thick of it now. But even then, they were holding it back for a while. A particular scene with Ewan McGregor where his sort of first encounter, and you see a shadow, and then you see him running, and just behind the fence, there's he jumps the fence, and then you're seeing his point of view where it's just things getting knocked over.
And it was like perfect 80s, 90s horror, like we're not showing you the monster, which makes it 10 times scarier.
It's always interesting when you see people who have clearly grown up with this stuff and wanting to make their version of it.
Yeah, that's what this felt like. Yeah,
exactly. Now, I just want to point this out quickly, why the name Webb came into my head. So his name is Robert David Mitchell, who directed this. Last night I was watching a show that I've seen many times called Peep Show. Are you familiar with Peep Show?
Not really.
It's like a British comedy written by two guys, David Mitchell and Robert Webb.
Okay.
And the fact that, his name is Robert David Mitchell. It's like David Mitchell, Robert Webb and David Mitchell also, and they go under Webb and Mitchell. It's like Anyway, so that's just a little tangent, but I was like, my brain is like, I'm so confused.
There's something here.
I think I remember seeing this poster and being like, the Peep Show guys, what? Like that show's got Olivia Colman in it, like 2003, very good show.
I believe I know the show you're talking about, but I don't think I've ever actually watched it.
Yes, it's very funny.
This was also produced by J.J. Abrams, which it feels very old school J.J. Abrams. I don't think we've seen a lot of J.J. Abrams like this in a while. Like obviously he's just producing, but I feel like since Star Wars, he's been very quiet.
Have I told you what the go was with J.J. Abrams and Warner Brothers?
We got bought out by Warner Brothers.
He got like a first look deal with Warner Brothers for $500 million with Bad Robot, and then like Warner Brothers it was like during the AT&T and then the Warner Media and all of this sort of stuff, and like he's just been sort of chilling, and apparently he's like sent some things to them and they're like, nah, we don't want it, and he's...
Was this one of them though?
I don't know.
This was Warner Brothers.
Yeah, well this would probably be in that mix, but this is like the first thing in... But he's supposed to like write, direct, like all that sort of thing for them. And it was like $500 million. And then like the deal fell apart like last year. Yeah, right. And he just got the money. Like he just like basically was sidelined for 5 years, $100 million a year.
He just got to go on holidays for 5 years and just...
So the Hollywood equivalent,
Hollywood equivalent of JobKeeper.
That's it, yes.
He's just chilling out. He's just like,
all right, no worries. So yeah, that's where J.J. Abrams has been, and obviously he's back now. But it's strange. It was a very weird deal. I can't remember all the details on it, but it was like... Yeah, he's got this first look, because remember he was doing like Justice League Dark and Constantine, and he was doing all this stuff, and that was, again, when Warner Brothers was right in the middle of this, like, and I think part of that big deal was he was going to like help kick off that side of the DCEU, and then they brought James Gunn in, and like just things, like there was so many changes in the guard who were there in that time period. Like there's been 3 or 4 different changes.
It's all over the place. So.
Exactly. Anyway, so I definitely agree. It felt like old school JJ. We get Michael Giacchino, who, as we were discussing, is doing everything at the moment, but
like different as well. Like, he's not doing the same score over and over and over again. It's like really brilliant scores for different movies and different genres. And
did you see the thing about him with Spider-Man Brand New Day and like taking the theme that he wrote for Brand New Day, but then like pulling pieces out of it, and like the idea being like you're getting the same notes, but it's like Peter is lonely, so it's like he's keeping the thing, but he's just like, these are his friends, and we're taking, and then it like feels more melancholy, like very cool. but familiar. Yeah. He's great. I was telling you that I've had his stuff since like 2004 because he produced the Lost soundtrack and it was like so iconic to me growing up. So
the thing is that like I feel like he's been faced a few times with like impossible jobs and he just knocks delivers, it out of the park. Like,
I mean, the Batman.
How do you follow up like Chris Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy that had a very like well-known score, well-loved score from Hans Zimmer, and be like, hey, you're doing the new Batman movie? Well, good luck.
We're going to say this, but Hans also then went on to do the Junkie XL, like they teamed up and did the Batman vs Superman one. So it's not like he was
not like straight after, but he was following.
But it is very, very different, and like that.
He's coming into
like that's synonymous now. Like that's.
I was going to say that I would say almost that the Batman score is more known for Batman than the Dark Knight score is now.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's such like it's starting to rival like 1989 Batman. It's such a good
Well, don't tell Danny Elfman. He'll make a comment about it again. Dweeb. Oh, God. But, yeah, it is interesting how well he's done. And again, you bring it into this sort of film. And again, it's clear that these are the films he grew up with, the films that he wanted, like that sort of being able to be like, oh, yeah, we're going to make like an ET-esque score. It's like, cool. Let's go. And he just delivers every single time. And he's done some of the most, like, even in my head right now, I can hear, like, Inside Out. And, and as I said, the Lost soundtrack. And he did, like, Star Trek. Like, anything JJ does, he's just like, Michael, come on. Which is always good. But, you know, obviously he's having a big couple of weeks as well, like, coming with this and Brand New Day. And, so very, very cool.
I think what this movie has going for it is just such, like, everything's great. And I think we've had such a good year of cinema in terms of all these brilliant films coming out. This has got to go onto my top 10 somewhere, and I'm like, I don't know where because I'm already past 10.
The thing that, that's very true. The thing that interests me about obviously this year is that there's a lot of films that are performing well that aren't franchise films, like a lot of original ideas are performing well. So I hope that this sort of fits into that category of people that are going, I really want to go see that.
We like good stories that are different.
Because it definitely feels like it deserves to sort of fit in that conversation because it's not going to be it's no slouch.
No, not at all. No, it's, I think I hope people are drawn into it. It's really interesting. Do you think it could have done better, or do you think the film would have worked better if they had not revealed dinosaurs at all until the movie?
It's hard to say. I think dinosaurs is a real big draw point. So from a marketing perspective, I can go, it's a dinosaur movie, it's got Ewan McGregor and Anne Hathaway in it. Like, those are your three draw cards.
I sort of can't. As like cinephiles, we were already drawn in without
As I said, I thought it was aliens and I was like, yeah, boy, let's go.
Yeah, but general public, I think, as soon as they see then dinosaurs, they're like, oh, well, I love Jurassic Park. This looks cool.
Yeah, exactly.
You're also in this getting a little bit more, I believe, accurate dinosaurs in terms of more feathering and stuff rather than just like scaling big monsters. Which I found interesting. I was like, oh, okay, we're sort of distinguishing ourselves here from
no, I agree. I think they didn't look as I had that same thought where I was just like, oh, this is, but also like some different. You know, you sort of go, Jurassic Park has leaned on a few specific dinosaurs.
Whereas we got some cool
we got like
stuff in this.
Lots of different stuff in this, which did stand out to me as well. So I mean, I had heaps of fun with this movie. I think Ewan McGregor can do no wrong. Anne Hathaway.
How did you like the split diopter shots?
Oh my God! That's how do we? I don't even know I don't even know that that's what it's called. Like,
it is.
But you saying that, I was like immediately and I was sitting there going, oh man, we've got to talk about this. Yes. Loved it. Oh, you know what it reminded me of though?
What?
It just made me think because they're sitting in a room, you know, the daughter and Anne Hathaway and the son and Ewan McGregor, and they're sort of in this diamond shape. And we're getting this interesting, like, real close-up framing on one of them speaking while the other one's in the background, and it's cutting back and forth between this. Every single frame of it is that, and I'm like, this is a really interesting way to like frame this conversation. All I could think was the weed circle in that 70s show. you know what I'm talking about? How they all like sat back and they had the camera like just go,
yeah.
And I was just like, it was like a unique, like, here we're sitting it, but we're going to frame it in a different way.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. So for anyone that doesn't know what a split diopter is, it is essentially a magnifying glass. So a diopter is something you can put on the front of a lens, and will essentially make things so you can get the lens closer than it's would technically be able to on its own. So a split diopter is cut in half.
Yeah.
So you've got a half magnifying glass and then half regular lens. So what you do is you essentially get the distances correct. You can have the background in focus as well as a foreground. So usually you'd have, the close-up is like right here against Anne Hathaway's face, and the daughter's in the background, and the daughter's talking, so it's focused on her. Anne Hathaway would be blurred. She'd look out of focus. You wouldn't see much. But in this, it's not. And you can see, one of the ways you can see sometimes with the split diopter is down the middle, you'll see like a little blurry line.
Yeah,
and that's just the half of the glass.
Yeah, right.
So
I didn't catch the line, but that's interesting.
Yeah, it's not super noticeable, but every now and then you'll just notice it, or like their hair will go into it and you'll see it sort of blur out.
Yeah.
But it's such a cool effect. It doesn't get used a lot, but when it does, it really like strikes people.
Yeah,
they're like,
immediately.
I shouldn't be able to see all of this. And you'll like, I know a lot of older films have used it where they're like, someone's whispering in the background, but they want to show that the person in the foreground is still hearing it. So like it's interesting, and it's just a really cool technique. I love it when I see it in films, and I saw it in the trailer and I was like, this is really cool. And then I was really happy to see them use it like a bunch. Not to the point where I was like, oh, stop.
Come on, you gotta stop. Well, it was like one conversation's worth. Yeah. It was a few different angles. Like we saw sort of everyone in both sides of the frame. So yeah, I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
Really, really liked it. Glad I didn't see the trailer and see it in the trailer, because it sort of took me by surprise, and I was like, oh, how cool is that?
Yeah.
Very, very cool. I mean, that's it for End of Oak Street, but I genuinely, I have to agree, like, where are we going to place this? This is going to be, our top 10 of the year this year is going to be so hard to do.
It's so difficult.
How are we going to do this?
Yeah. Like in the last, month, we've had 4 that pretty much have to be on there. I think. Like, it's been a crazy year.
It has been very.
And you think back to like the start of the year, and I'm like, oh yeah, we had Project Hail Mary this year. We had like all of these amazing films that have just like been powerhouses, and I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do this.
Yeah, like Mandalorian and Grogu.
We've not even approached Oscar season as well.
No, well, very true.
It's just going to be insane.
Yeah.
If you're not going to the cinemas this year, you're missing out. Like this has been like a real resurgence.
I think that's one thing that we can discuss briefly before we wrap it up is there has been a big resurgence, and cinema attendance is still down compared to like 2019, and there's a general, feeling that it's something like 20%, and like ticket sales, ticket prices are up with inflation, but box office wise, it's on the level again. So like cinema resurgence has been like, all right, hold on, people are coming out of the movies, and Spider-Man is a great example. Huge amount of people. The Odyssey is a great example too. The Odyssey. But then again, like obviously we've talked about like Backrooms Obsession, and people coming out to see a lot of different stuff this year. Project Hail Mary doing so well, when I think they were expecting it to, but not to this extent. Like later in the year, we've got things like Street Fighter, we've got things like Clayface, we've got Resident Evil, we've got Verity, we've got Digger, like things that are just different. That you're sort of going, okay, there is an audience for all of these things, and it feels like that audience is going to go, yeah, we'll come out to see this. So that's exciting.
It's been super cool to see. Like, the amount of stuff I've seen on social media and stuff this year surrounding movies, I feel has been so much bigger than like recent years.
Agreed.
And like we obviously get a lot of it, but
not only, but it's
so.
not surrounding the same movies. It's not just like, oh, we're talking about Fantastic Four and Superman and Jurassic Park.
Everyone's talking about something different.
It's like, there's a lot of conversation. I'm seeing a lot of stuff about a lot of different films. So yeah, really cool. End of Oak Street. Where do you think it's going to land for you?
I'm thinking around 4.5.
Yeah,
it's pretty high up for me. I had a lot of fun with this. Like I said, scary, funny.
It's got all those things.
It's a hoot.
I think for me, it's probably going to end up at a 4.
Yeah.
Maybe 4.5. I'm still I need to sit on it, I think. But yeah, very much recommend.
Very good movie.
Hopefully people come to it. That is the end of Oak Street. Get in and see it. Trust us, it's so worth it. And yeah, until next time, we'll see you at the movies.